Hey everyone, this is Demetrius with Demetrius Success Academy, and I am here to bring you video number 5 of our Healthcare Business Coaching 101 series. And today's topic is going to be on pricing spree. This one is super exciting. I love it. Anytime I am looking at starting a business venture, whenever I get to this particular one right here, this particular topic, I am always excited because this is the closest to shopping. So whether you're adding things on the list or go ahead and purchasing things on the list, this is always my favorite part. But in this case, since we are doing the healthcare business coaching series, and this is not about me and my shopping sprees, then I am going to stick to the topic. We are going to be talking about pricing spree. That is what we're getting ready to go on, a pricing spree, because remember, these healthcare business coaching tips is coaching you through the 10 tips that I provided for you on how to start a healthcare business for absolutely free. Okay, so no money involved at this point. We are going through the coaching process of those 10 tips because I want you to learn the value and the importance that your business starts before you have the grand opening day. There is a lot of groundwork that has to be done for any business in order for it to be successful, and these particular 10 things that I have taught you on the YouTube channel, if you go to Demetrius Success Academy YouTube channel, you can find those 10 tips that I did a two-part series on. You can also find the very first video of this coaching series. We're not going to go back and reteach the 10 steps. However, we are coaching you through these 10 steps, helping you to formulate and get an organized action plan in place, okay, so that you can be successful with your healthcare business. So I encourage you at this point, if you have not reviewed the two-part series, 5 steps to starting your healthcare business for free, or the 5 more steps for starting your healthcare business for free, I encourage you to please go to Demetrius Dowdell Success Academy YouTube channel, review those, and begin to look at the Healthcare Business Coaching 101 series where we're actually coaching you through those steps. So without any further delay, we're going to jump right into our coaching series today, which is going to be Pricing Spree. Now, here's our copyright and disclaimer act. Please don't forget to read that, and we're going to get busy. Our objective is to provide you with key tools or skills to organize your 10 tips on starting a healthcare business for absolutely free. Yes, I said it, starting your business for absolutely free. Because, like I stated before, there is so many things that go on before grand opening day that needs to be in place in order for you to build a solid foundation in starting a successful healthcare business. Now, homework check. I told you before, we are going each video, we are going to have a homework check, because why? You are going to get homework at the end of each video, okay? So our homework check today, we if you reviewed the last video on the coaching series where we talked about research, we learned how to conduct a basic research on things or topics, any other topics that you want to learn. And this basic steps that I provided for you in understanding how to research, those steps can work for anything that you want to gain knowledge on. It is a basic approach to conducting a very simple and easy research. So for your homework, I gave you. You were supposed to list 3 facts about the business that you want to start. that you didn't know. So anything that you did not know about your business, you were supposed to list at least 3 things about it that you now know. If you have not done that, again, take the time to please go and review that particular coaching video and go ahead and get caught up and list your 3 facts about the business that you did not know, that you want to start, that you did not know. Okay. Knowledge is power, and that's how you're going to be ahead of the game with knowing how to conduct a successful business, because you're going to have the knowledge to be able to run this business, to start this business, run this business, and to grow this business. Now, to get right into our series, yay, we are going on a pricing spree. Now, here's the fun part about this. In this pricing, on this pricing spree, there's a few things that we have to get complete before we go to the store. I know the most exciting part is going to the store because, like I say, pricing is the closest thing to shopping, so we're excited. But before we go and we actually go into the stores and start our pricing, there's a couple of things that we need to do. The first thing we need to do is to create your price list. Now, what goes on our price list? We are going to list supplies, licensure fees, office space, office furniture, business expenses, and those are things like your forms, your printing, your employee supplies, any type of equipment that you need to purchase, and everything that you can think of, that you can possibly think of to go on your list. So anything that you need, you think you may need in order to get this business started, go ahead and write it down. Okay, let me be very, very clear. Creating your price list, this is not the place to worry about how you're going to pay for it, okay? We're not talking money right now. Right now, all we're simply talking about is getting all of these things listed down on a piece of paper. Just anything that comes to mind where it needs, supplies that you need in order to run a business, anything that you're going to need to run a business, pencils, copying paper, whatever it is. This is just a list in order to get you started and headed in that direction. And of course, there's much, much more that goes into supplies and different things that that are required in order to start a business. But here is where you get creative and you list all of those things up front. Okay. Now, what was the one thing that I said don't worry about? Let me see if you're listening. Exactly. Don't worry about how you're going to pay for it. That's a later video. Right now, list the things that you know that you're going to need. Now, the next thing you're going to do is organize your price list. So on your price list, you're going to create categories. And these categories are going to be things such as like supplies. So all of your supplies, you're going to create a category for your supplies. If your lease and your rent, you're going to create a category for that. Right now, we're listing the categories. So after you've thought of all of these things to put on your list, I'm quite sure that your list is full. Okay. By the time you get that list together, it's going to be full. So you're going to create the categories, because under these categories, you're going to begin to group things, okay, up under these categories. So you're going to make categories like supplies, lease, rent, insurance, license fees, and you're going to make, like I say, simple little categories, because you're going to be able to start breaking that list down to organize it so that you're not all over the place. The next thing you're going to do is use highlighters to highlight the different categories. Okay, so if you see the highlights here on the screen, you're going to use one color. Let's say you're going to make that supplies, so you make that yellow. Okay, then you're going to take the next category, lease or rent. You're going to make that green, and etc. Etc. So you get the point. Each category gets assigned a color, okay? Now you're going to place all the items on the pricing list into a category, okay? So take all of the things that you have listed on your price list. You're going to take all of those items, and you're now going to take those items and group them into your categories, okay? Once you group them into the category, this creates a more organized price list, which in the long run is going to help you quickly identify items that you need that are on your list, and it's going to make your pricing easier while you're in the stores, okay? Knowing quickly where to be able to locate these items, you can quickly glance on there and see what it is that you need, and quickly be able to go and locate these items in the store to be able to collect the pricing for them. Now, here's the fun part. Here is where we're going to get ready to do the pricing, the actual thing that we have been waiting for. When you go into now, yeah, and let me say this is where you go in the stores now, okay? We're in the stores now. So this is actually where we're in the stores. We're going to go to any of the local stores, or we can do a search online, but we're looking for competitive pricing. Now, we're not just going to go, and we're not going to go with the highest price of an item. We want to also use competitive pricing. So for instance, if you go to one of the stores and you see that, if you see that, let's just say copying paper, I'll just use that for an example. If you see copying paper is being sold at one store for $2.50, and then you see that another store has it on sale for $2 or $1.95, you're going to still list those prices, because I can guarantee you that the price differences that you're seeing as you're pricing these items, they're not going to be a huge amount of difference in the pricing when you are ready to start purchasing these things. But if you see that these prices are or you see a pattern of these prices that are lower in one store versus the other, then what you can pretty much safely conclude is that that pattern is going to be the same when you're getting ready to purchase those items. But you want to go ahead and get yourself in the groove of getting these prices together, and also pointing out the stores that you've seen these prices in, because like I say, if you see a consistent pattern of one store has the lowest prices on certain types of items, then most likely that pattern is going to remain the same, okay? Now, you're going to gather a price for each item on your price list. By the time you're done with, gathering your going in the stores or searching online with your price list, there should be beside each item on your price list, there should be a price listed, okay? Everything needs a price, and you're going to see the reason for that as we approach the end of this video. You're going to see the reason why every single item on your list needs a price, okay? The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to total the price for each category, okay? So under the categories, remember how we broke everything up into categories? Now is the time where you're going to total the price under each category first, okay? So if you looked at for example, if you looked at your category that had supplies, in the supply category, you're going to total up all of the prices that's in that particular category, and you're going to get one grand total for that particular category, okay? So by the time you get done with this, each one of your categories should have a grand total price for each of the categories, okay? Then you're going to take the total price of all of the categories combined, and you are going to create one big total, okay? One big grand total. And that's going to be, that grand total is going to pretty much equal everything on your list. It is going to be the grand total of everything on your list. What is the outcome of this whole pricing spree? Voila. Congratulations. You've just completed your estimated figures for your startup cost, okay? So when you've taken all of those categories and all of those items and you've added it up and you're looking at what it is that you're going to need in order to get your business started, for as far as from a cost perspective, when you look at that cost perspective, this gives you a realistic idea of the number figure that you're going to need in order to be able to start up your business, okay? Because like I stated to you before, yes, at some point there are going to be this process is going to involve money, but we haven't gotten to that part yet. Don't worry, you're not alone. I'm going to help coach you to that part. Now, your homework for the next video, okay, to prepare for the next video, what I need for you to do is to review your startup cost, okay? Now, list at least 3 ways you can start by setting money aside to start your healthcare business. An example of that is looking at maybe getting a part-time job, looking at what you have in your savings account, looking or maybe even considering whether you want to have a business partner to help offset some of that cost, making a decision on whether you want to take out a loan at this point. Again, I don't want you to really get discouraged or frustrated with, looking at that startup cost and thinking, oh my gosh, where am I going to get this from? Let's take this step by step, okay? Decrease your anxiety. Let's take this step by step. And all I want you to do is start thinking about these things, okay? Start thinking about these things and really making some decisions on these things, because this is going to lead you and help guide you in other teaching points as we finish up the business coaching series, okay? So just for right now, just start considering those things. And that is your homework for this particular series that we are wrapping up on a pricing spree. Now, our next video, which is also very exciting, is we are going to start looking for your future homemaker and companion or non-skilled home health agency office, or your adult family care home or assisted living location, okay? So we are going to start looking for the ideal location for you to be able to start your healthcare business, okay? And that's always fun because location is everything. So in our next video, that is what we're going to talk about, and I'm going to coach you through that, some important tips that you need to be aware of when you're looking for these locations to actually start your business. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, or you can comment in the comment section below. My contact information is listed here. This is all of my contact information. Where either of these either of these platforms, you can actually contact me if there's any questions or any clarities that you need on the series that I just finished up here. And if there's any other questions, even if it's not on this series, any series that I have done in the past, or any series that you've seen on my YouTube channel, please don't hesitate to contact me in one of these particular platforms, so that way we can clarify anything that you have questions about. But until next time, I thank you, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this series. And I thank you for all of my subscribers. And I thank for all of my followers. I thank you very, very much. And I hope you're finding this information useful. And please don't forget, share, share, share. Okay. But until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week and have a good one.